Did you know that more seniors die from preventable fall season accidents than from winter ice and snow combined? Most people think winter is the dangerous time, but statistics show that autumn's unique hazards catch seniors completely off guard and lead to fatal injuries, heart events, and deadly accidents. If you want to stay safe this fall season, hit like and subscribe right now, because on this channel, we expose the everyday mistakes and dangerous habits that silently harm senior well-being. From health pitfalls to safety risks and hidden dangers in your daily routines, we show you what to avoid and how to protect yourself so you can live your best life after 60. Fall brings beautiful weather and colorful leaves, but it also creates 5 specific hazards that are responsible for thousands of senior deaths every year. Let's dive into these deadly fall dangers and show you exactly how to protect yourself this season. Hazard 1. Wet leaves on walkways and driveways. Too many seniors underestimate how incredibly slippery wet fall leaves become on hard surfaces. You see leaves on your driveway or walkway and think they're just a minor mess to clean up later, but wet leaves on concrete, asphalt, or would create a surface more slippery than ice. The combination of leaf moisture, decomposition oils, and smooth surfaces creates zero traction. Thousands of seniors slip on wet leaves every fall, suffering hip fractures, head injuries, and broken wrists from falls that happen in an instant. What makes this particularly deadly is that these falls often occur right outside your home where you feel safe and aren't being careful. You step out to get the mail or take out trash, your foot hits wet leaves, and you're down before you can react. For seniors with osteoporosis or on blood thinners, these falls can be fatal. A broken hip at 70 often leads to complications, loss of independence, or death within a year. Head injuries from falling backward onto concrete can cause brain bleeding that's especially dangerous for seniors on blood-thinning medications. The decomposing leaves create a slick film similar to oil on the pavement, and when combined with morning dew, rain, or frost, they become a death trap. Many seniors don't realize that a thin layer of wet leaves is actually more dangerous than a thick pile because you can't see the slickness underneath. You think you're stepping on solid pavement and suddenly you're airborne. The life-saving solution is to treat wet leaves like ice. Clear them immediately from all walking surfaces, use a leaf blower or rake daily during peak fall, and never walk on leaf-covered surfaces without extreme caution. Make it a daily routine to clear your walkways, driveway, porch, and steps of all leaves before you use them. If it rained overnight, be extra vigilant the next morning. Wear shoes with excellent tread and deep grooves that can push through the slick layer. Take tiny careful steps and use handrails whenever available. If you must cross a leaf-covered area, shuffle your feet rather than taking normal steps to reduce the chance of slipping. Consider installing additional handrails near your entrance if you don't have them already. If leaves are wet and you must cross them, consider going a different route entirely, even if it takes longer. Your life is worth more than the convenience of that shortcut. Never rush when walking on leaves. Many falls happen because seniors are hurrying to get the mail or get inside, and they don't take the time to be careful. If you have difficulty bending or managing yard work, hire a neighborhood teenager or service to keep your walkways clear during fall. The small cost is nothing compared to the cost of a fall. Have you been walking on wet leaves without thinking about the danger? And the next fall hazard is silent and invisible, but it sends more seniors to the hospital than almost anything else this season. Hazard 2. Diminishing daylight and poor visibility at dusk. The habit of maintaining your same daily schedule as daylight rapidly decreases in fall is extremely dangerous. During fall, sunset comes earlier every single day, and the transition from daylight to darkness happens faster than in other seasons. Seniors who take evening walks, check the mail, or do outdoor tasks at their usual times suddenly find themselves in dim light or darkness without realizing how quickly visibility disappeared. Poor lighting dramatically increases fall risk, makes it impossible to see hazards like uneven pavement or obstacles, and increases the danger of being hit by vehicles whose drivers can't see you. What makes this particularly deadly is that senior vision already struggles in low light due to age-related changes like reduced pupil dilation, decreased contrast sensitivity, and slower adaptation to darkness. Your eyes simply don't adjust to changing light conditions as quickly or effectively as they did when you were younger. Fall's rapid darkening catches people unprepared because yesterday you were fine doing something at 6 p.m., but today at 6 p.m. it's already getting dark. The sun sets about 2 minutes earlier each day during fall, which doesn't sound like much, but over a couple weeks that's half an hour of lost daylight that your brain doesn't automatically account for. Additionally, many seniors wear dark clothing in fall, dark sweaters, jackets, and pants, without reflective elements, making them nearly invisible to drivers during dusk. The combination of reduced visibility, slower reaction times, and drivers who are also struggling with glare from low-angle sun or darkness creates deadly conditions. More pedestrian accidents involving seniors occur during full dusk hours than any other time of year. Beyond the traffic danger, diminished light makes it impossible to see trip hazards on sidewalks, uneven pavement, curbs, or obstacles in your path. You might navigate your neighborhood perfectly in daylight but be at serious risk taking the same route at dusk when you can't see properly. The life-saving solution is to adjust your schedule as daylight decreases. Move outdoor activities earlier in the day, complete all outdoor tasks before 5 p.m. in late fall, and if you must be outside after dark, wear bright or reflective clothing and carry a flashlight. Better yet, wear a headlamp that keeps your hands free while illuminating your path. Install motion sensor lights around your home's exterior so your path is always lit when you come and go. Replace any burnt-out exterior bulbs immediately. Consider installing additional lighting along your walkway if you regularly come home after dark. If you take walks for exercise, shift them to morning rather than evening during fall and winter. If evening is the only time you can walk, choose well-lit routes only, wear reflective gear, and consider walking in shopping areas with good lighting rather than residential streets. Never assume drivers can see you. Make eye contact with drivers before crossing streets, even at crosswalks. Fall's diminishing daylight isn't just inconvenient, it's deadly if you don't adapt your habits to match the changing conditions. Comment "I'll adjust my schedule" if you're taking this seriously. But here's the fall hazard that kills the most seniors every year, and most people have no idea how dangerous it is. Hazard 3. Overexertion during yard work and leaf cleanup. The habit of spending hours doing intense fall-yard work like raking leaves, cleaning gutters, or moving heavy outdoor furniture is the #1 cause of fatal heart attacks in seniors during autumn. You feel pressured to get your yard ready for winter, and the moderate temperature makes you think you can work longer than you should. But fall yard work combines multiple deadly factors that create a perfect storm for cardiac events. Repetitive bending and reaching strains your back and cardiovascular system. Lifting and carrying heavy leaf bags, often weighing 20 to 40 pounds when full, puts enormous stress on your heart. Climbing ladders to clean gutters combines height danger with physical exertion. Sustained physical exertion over hours without adequate rest pushes your heart beyond safe limits. And often doing this work in cool morning air that constricts blood vessels adds another dangerous layer. This perfect storm triggers more senior heart attacks in fall than almost any other activity. Studies show that emergency room visits for heart attacks spike dramatically during peak fall yard work weeks. What makes this particularly tragic is that many of these deaths are seniors who were otherwise healthy but pushed themselves too hard on yard work, ignoring warning signs their body was sending. The repetitive motion of raking for an hour straight creates sustained cardiovascular demand without rest. Your heart rate stays elevated, your blood pressure climbs, and you're too focused on finishing the task to notice early warning signs. The strain of lifting 30-pound leaf bags repeatedly is similar to weightlifting, but without the proper form, breathing technique, or rest periods that make weightlifting safe. When you bend to gather leaves, lift the heavy bag, carry it to the curb, then repeat this dozens of times, you're creating cumulative cardiac stress that builds toward a dangerous threshold. Ladder climbing to clean gutters is particularly deadly because it combines cardiovascular exertion with fall risk. If you have a cardiac event while on a ladder, you're falling from height, which often proves fatal. Many seniors are found at the base of ladders after suffering heart attacks while working at heights. The pressure to complete yard work before winter or before family visits creates a mindset where seniors push through fatigue and warning signs. You think "I just need to finish this one section" or "I'll rest when I'm done," but that determination can be fatal. Your heart doesn't care about your yard work deadlines. The life-saving solution is to completely change your approach to fall yard work. Hire help for major tasks like gutter cleaning, heavy lifting, and leaf removal. The cost is minimal compared to your life. If you must do some yard work yourself, Break any work into 15-minute sessions with 15-minute rest breaks between. Never work alone. Have someone with you who can call for help if needed. Stop immediately if you feel tired, short of breath, dizzy, or have any chest discomfort, arm pain, or unusual fatigue. These are warning signs of cardiac stress. Use lightweight tools, avoid ladders entirely by using extended tools from the ground, and accept that your yard doesn't need to be perfect. Your life matters infinitely more than your lawn. Many seniors die every fall because they pushed through warning signs their body was sending. Don't let pride or pressure kill you. Which fall yard work have you been pushing yourself too hard to complete? And you won't believe the next one. It seems safe and normal, but it creates a hidden danger that catches seniors off guard every year. Hazard 4. Carbon monoxide from heating systems turned on for first time. Many seniors don't realize that turning on your home heating system for the first time in full creates serious carbon monoxide poisoning risk. All summer your furnace, fireplace, or heating system sat unused, and during that time, debris can block vents, animals can nest in chimneys, dust and dirt can accumulate in furnaces, and mechanical issues can develop that affect combustion. When you turn the heat on for the first time as temperatures drop, a blocked or malfunctioning system can fill your home with deadly carbon monoxide gas that you cannot see, smell, or taste. Carbon monoxide is called the silent killer because it gives no warning. You simply feel tired, get a headache, feel confused, and eventually lose consciousness and die if exposure continues. Seniors are particularly vulnerable because age-related changes make you less able to detect the subtle symptoms of CO poisoning. You might attribute headache, dizziness, and confusion to other causes like medication effects, blood pressure changes, or just feeling off. You don't realize you're being poisoned until it's too late. Every fall, seniors die in their sleep from carbon monoxide that built up when they turned the heat on. They went to bed warm and comfortable and never woke up. Others are found collapsed near their heating systems. Carbon monoxide poisoning is especially dangerous because it often affects everyone in the home simultaneously, so there's no one alert enough to call for help. If you live alone, this danger is amplified because no one will notice if you become affected. Additionally, many seniors turn heat on gradually at first, using it just at night or in morning, which means low-level CO exposure can build up over several days before reaching dangerous levels. You feel progressively worse, attributing it to a cold or flu, when you're actually being slowly poisoned. Carbon monoxide binds to hemoglobin in your blood more readily than oxygen, starving your organs of oxygen. The heart and brain are affected first because they need the most oxygen. What makes this especially tragic is how completely preventable it is with simple precautions. The life-saving solution starts before heating season. Have your heating system professionally inspected before you turn it on for the season. A qualified HVAC technician can check for proper combustion, clear blockages, and ensure all vents are functioning correctly. This costs $100 to $200 and could save your life. Install carbon monoxide detectors on every floor of your home, especially near sleeping areas. Test them monthly and replace batteries twice a year. Replace the detectors themselves every 5 to 7 years as sensors degrade over time. Never ignore a CO detector alarm even if you feel fine. Evacuate immediately and call 911 from outside. If you use a fireplace, have the chimney cleaned and inspected before use. Creosote buildup and blockages can cause CO to back up into your home. Never use gas stoves or ovens for heating, even if your furnace isn't working. They produce dangerous levels of CO. Never run vehicles, generators, or gas-powered equipment in attached garages even with the door open. If you experience headaches, dizziness, or confusion after turning on heat, get fresh air immediately and have your system checked before using it again. Carbon monoxide poisoning is completely preventable but kills dozens of seniors every fall. Don't let cost or inconvenience prevent you from taking these simple precautions. Do you have working carbon monoxide detectors in your home right now? But the final fall hazard is something seniors do every single day thinking they are being careful, and it's causing fatal accidents across the country. Hazard 5. Driving in fall fog and sun glare conditions. The combination of fall morning fog and low-angle autumn sun creates the most dangerous driving conditions seniors face all year. Fall mornings often bring dense fog that reduces visibility to near zero, especially in areas near water or low-lying regions. When that fog clears, the low autumn sun sits right at the horizon during morning and evening commutes, creating blinding glare right at eye level. For senior drivers who already have reduced vision, slower reaction times, cataracts that worsen glare effects, and difficulty with contrast sensitivity, these conditions are deadly. Fall has the highest rate of senior driving fatalities because of these visibility issues combined with wet roads from morning dew and fallen leaves. You can't see the car ahead braking suddenly in fog. You can't see pedestrians crossing in glare. You can't see traffic signals clearly when sun is behind them. Other drivers can't see you. Your depth perception is compromised. Everything conspires to create accidents. What makes this worse is that many seniors feel pressure to keep driving appointments and routines regardless of conditions. You have a doctor appointment at 9 a.m., so you drive even though thick fog makes it impossible to see more than 20 feet ahead. You're meeting friends at 5 p.m., so you drive even though the setting sun creates blinding glare that makes it impossible to see clearly. This determination to maintain independence and meet commitments puts you at serious risk. Fall fog is particularly dangerous because it's unpredictable and localized. You might leave home in clear conditions and drive into dense fog suddenly. Fog often settles in valleys and near water while higher elevations remain clear. You can't see far enough ahead to brake safely if traffic stops suddenly. Fog also makes it difficult to judge distances and speeds of other vehicles. The moisture in fog on your windshield can create additional glare and refraction that further reduces visibility. Fall sun glare is at the worst possible angle because the sun's arc across the sky is lower in fall than summer, meaning it shines directly at eye level during morning and evening drives. Sun visors don't help much because the sun is too low. Sunglasses help but don't eliminate the problem, especially if you have cataracts or other vision issues that make you more sensitive to glare. The glare can be so intense that you're essentially driving blind for moments at a time, which is terrifying and dangerous. Many senior accidents in fall involve rear-ending stopped vehicles because the driver couldn't see brake lights in glare, or hitting pedestrians because they were invisible against the bright background. The life-saving solution is simple but requires discipline and flexibility. Don't drive in dense fog or heavy glare conditions. Delay your trip until conditions improve. Reschedule appointments. Ask someone else to drive. Choose different times for routine trips. If a morning activity requires driving in fog or east-facing glare, see if you can schedule it for afternoon instead. If an evening activity requires driving in west-facing glare, schedule it for morning. If you absolutely must drive in these conditions, reduce speed dramatically to at least 25 to 30% below normal. Increase following distance to at least 6 to 8 seconds behind the vehicle ahead. Use fog lights properly. They aim down and to the side to illuminate the road without reflecting back. Don't use high beams in fog, they make visibility worse. For glare, keep your windshield extremely clean inside and out, as any film or dirt dramatically worsens glare. Use polarized sunglasses if you don't have cataracts. If you do have cataracts, talk to your eye doctor about whether surgery is appropriate, as cataracts significantly worsen glare problems. Use your sun visor but also consider adding an extendable visor or glare-blocking attachments. Consider keeping a wide-brimmed hat in your car to block overhead glare. But the safest choice is not driving in these conditions at all. Missing an appointment is inconvenient. A fatal accident is permanent. Your independence doesn't mean you must drive in dangerous conditions. True wisdom is knowing when conditions are unsafe and choosing not to drive. Arrange for alternative transportation for times when fog or glare make driving dangerous. Ask family members, friends, or use ride services. Your community likely has senior transportation services that can help. Don't let pride or stubbornness put you at risk. Have you been driving in dangerous fall fog or sun glare without thinking twice? When you recognize these 5 deadly fall hazards and take them seriously, you protect yourself during the season that catches most seniors off guard. Fall isn't just about beautiful leaves and cooler weather, it's a time of specific dangers that require awareness and changed behavior. Clear wet leaves immediately, adjust your schedule for diminishing daylight, hire help for yard work, check your heating system before use, and avoid driving in fog and glare. These simple precautions can literally save your life. Every year thousands of seniors die from these preventable fall hazards. Don't become a statistic this season. If this video opened your eyes to fall dangers you didn't know about, give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who needs this warning. Don't forget to subscribe. Our next video uncovers another everyday habit that quietly affects senior well-being, and you won't want to miss it. Stay safe this fall, and I'll see you in the next one.